Hi, my name is Margaret, and this is my new channel. That's what Margaret said. Um, Sorry, I sound a little nasally because I'm sick, and this is the scariest thing I've ever done, really. I am making this channel. Hey, Spurs. Hey, Ellie. This is Ellie. Ellie the boxer. Ellie, say hi, Ellie. This is Spurs. The Shifu. So I am 52 years old, and I am a veterinarian. But I am not licensed because I just recently found out that I have failed the licensing exam for the sixth Ellie for the sixth time. This is terrible because I went to school later in life. I graduated in May 2022 from Michigan State University. Go Green! And it was a dream to become a veterinarian. And man, this is way tougher than I envisioned it, although I actually did envision it to be pretty bad. And it's hi baby. I'm really glad these guys are here because it helps. And so I'm doing this because I wanted to talk about imposter syndrome. And how I feel like I felt like an imposter the whole time I was in vet school. My background is not in science or biology, or I went to West Point, graduated in 99. Also went there later in life, if you will. I was 22 when I went there. And I was in the Army until 2005. And I wanted to go to vet school at that time. And I started taking prereqs and wanted to go to Michigan State. I did not get in, and then I ended up at a certain point taking this job with a defense contractor, and had that job for 2011 through 17, so 6.5 years, and lived in the DC area and then Houston, and then decided I was miserable and tried again for vet school. And actually I tried again like 3 years prior to that. But yeah, so 2017 I got admitted to Michigan State and packed up my babies. At the time it was it was 3 dogs and it was 2 cats at the time. And Ellie, what are you doing? This video is going to be really weird because I'm interrupting myself, but I don't want to re-record it because this is so tough to do as it is. And yeah, so yeah, back to vet school. So I got in 2017, the class of 2021, and got in and quickly realized that I was way over my head and I didn't have a place to live initially. And thank you, my friends who helped me out there. I'm all over the place. I know, I'm sorry. I feel like somehow this is going to help not just me to share this with the world, I guess. But also hopefully will help other people who are struggling. So in 2017, fall semester, I wasn't doing well and got a job as a vet assistant, and the school psychologist thought that maybe I had ADHD, and I had no idea that I had it. So at the time I was 44. Yeah. And didn't have any idea. And went and got tested through the VA, and sure enough, I have it, and ADHD combined. And so I took a medical withdrawal from Michigan State and decided to re-enter with the class of 2022 in 2018. And that was tough because I was just then working that job as a vet assistant. And I was embarrassed. The one good bright spot in 2018 was the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. Go Birds. Because my mom was a huge Eagles fan, and I surprised her by driving from Michigan down to San Antonio so we could watch it together. And my mom got sick in June of 2020. Not COVID. It was triple negative breast cancer, and I'm an only child. My parents have been divorced since I was in my early 20s. And so I was in my 3rd year at vet school. And I'm sorry, I was in my 2nd year when it first happened, the end of my 2nd year, going into my 3rd. And it sucked because my mom really wanted me to graduate. You know, she didn't want to tell me that she was sick because she didn't want me to have to worry about it, worry about her. But Krieger, this is Krieger, by the way. This is Krieger. He is a Rottweiler. He was a foster puppy of mine, and then I couldn't let him go. Oh, and I have props. Let's see. Yeah, props. So this is my mom. Ah, look at that. That's my mama. She that was in her early 20s. I think that was taken. So she got sick, and I had to miss a bunch of classes and labs. And it was during junior surgery when we were gonna perform our first spay or neuter, and it was just terrible, you know. I go back to the imposter syndrome for a little, and about how I just never thought, I never felt like I belonged. Yay, Spurs. Because I don't have a good biological backgrounds or physiological academic. Man, I'm sound. Yeah. Anyway, my science background wasn't strong. And unfortunately, whenever I seem to encounter something that's tough, academically, I give up pretty quickly if I don't get it right away. And it's not a good trait. And I think I might need to pause just to go grab something. Man, I don't know if I can start this again. I don't think I'm going to. I'm just gonna, I'll put it out like this, which is nuts. I feel a little crazy right now, but something inside me told me to do this. Something inside me said I need to share my feelings and be vulnerable, and maybe something good will happen, you know? So my mom passed in November 2020. I was there. And when I went back to school, I had to do four labs in one day. It was pretty terrible. In order to finish the semester. But I got it done thanks to this wonderful proctor and my friend and vet school classmate. And then during break, I drove down to Texas and filled up a U-Haul with my mom's stuff and brought everything back up to Michigan and put it in storage. And I kind of put my feelings in storage too. Because it was pretty difficult. But I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop school. I had to keep going because it was what my mom wanted me to do. And so I did. And but the whole time, you know, except maybe in clinics when we get to be baby doctors, and in an academic setting, I just felt so out of place and so dumb. I felt dumb. I felt stupid. I felt like I didn't belong, you know. It felt like everybody picked up on on stuff so quickly, and I was always 3 steps behind. I just felt ashamed, you know, like I was taking up a spot for someone who was smarter than me or more competent. But somehow I graduated, and it was supposed to be a really happy time, and it was, but I'd lost friends along the way. Hey, ow. By the way, this was Spursy here is Spurs is named after the San Antonio Spurs. And he was my mama's puppy. He's going to be 13 in March of next year, 2026. You know, next year, next week. Oh, well, he won't be 13 next week. Anyway, okay, listen. All right, honey. Yeah, that was my head hitting the wall, sitting in it. Okay. So, yeah, so I graduated and I met someone in December, right before graduation, so December 21. And he's now my husband. And he's, what are you doing? He's been wonderful. And this isn't what he signed up for or what was supposed to happen. This wasn't supposed to be me 3.5 years after graduation, still not practicing veterinary medicine because I can't pass the test. So I took it first in school, and then in December, my 4th year, and then I took it again that April. And then, of course, 4 more times after that. The most recent one being Veterans Day. That's when I took it. And, and the 13th, because I have accommodations. But anyway, I'm digressing. And this last time, I made a study schedule. I made this crazy schedule with that you know, all these diagnoses, and I completed it. I did everything, and I read a book called Make It Stick, which is all about learning. Thank you, Dr. Esser. I bought the book like 4 years ago and then finally read it, and that's what I was gonna go get. I've highlighted it. I have tabs, and I recognize myself in it because I don't know how to, it's going to sound arrogant, I guess, but stuff usually comes pretty easily, but, oh man, I can't believe I'm doing this. So back to the studying, I had notebooks, and I had stickers because it makes it more interesting. This was my 3rd notebook. I have 2 others like this that I filled writing notes. And the first day of the exam, I felt like, hey, yeah, I got this. And the second day, it didn't feel like that. And this was supposed to be when I passed, you know. I had to get a waiver. It costs a little over $800 every time. So yeah, 800 times 6, now 800 times 7. It's 360 questions. 60 of them don't count. You don't know which ones. It's multiple choice, and it covers a bunch of species. And unfortunately, lots of things we don't actually learn in school because there's just too much there to learn. And I know I can pass. And in case you're wondering what's been going on since graduation, and why I haven't studied enough to pass, I'm embarrassed and I'm ashamed. I've just struggled mentally so much since my mom died. And I haven't been easy to live with. And I hadn't been in a relationship with someone where we lived together for a long time. And I know I've made our marriage difficult, and he's supported me, and I'm so sorry that I didn't pass again. Or that I failed, because that's what it is. I failed. And there are people pulling for me, and then there are all these other people who don't even know what's going on because yeah, so sorry I'm all over the place. So last year, jeez. In 2023, we moved to Missouri after graduation. Moved out of the place I was in, and we traveled around with our camper and the animals, and no human children here. And I got a job before I had passed, yeah, because I was gonna pass. I was gonna pass, and I got a job with a rescue organization, and I thought it was gonna be a dream job because I thought that's what I wanted to do, or that's what fit my personality, and I came out and met the people, but I didn't ask questions that I should have asked, and I jumped into everything, and I took over, and I brought us here thinking it was the right thing, and then we bought a house, and I hindsight's 2020, right? We should have just rented. I shouldn't have even taken the job. It only lasted a couple months. I ended up with the encouragement of my husband because I was miserable there. I left / quit / got let go on a day when my boss actually said to me, "You're not even a real doctor," because I had just found out that I hadn't passed. I guess that was the 4th time. Yeah. This is just crazy. It's 23 minutes now of this video that I don't even know if I'll ever be able to watch because I'm embarrassed and ashamed that this has happened again, and that I have student loans. The post 9/11 GI Bill only paid for part of school, just a little bit, because I wasn't in the Army long enough to get 100%, and so I have some student loans. And I'm 52. I didn't go into vet school with no debt, unfortunately, because I realized that if that was one of my requirements for going, like my personal requirements, that I would never get there. So I finally said I just have to suck it up and go and manage somehow. And now, it's like I said, it's 800 a pop, a little over 800. And this isn't how it was supposed to be. It's not supposed to be me at home. I should be working, and I know what I need to do is study. That needs to be my job, but that job doesn't pay until after the studying's over, you know what I mean? And, and I don't know what the solution is, but I know that I've really, I really done a number on my marriage and myself, and myself. That's obvious. On my marriage and my husband, because, hey, buddy. That's Spurs. Okay. So I don't know who's gonna watch this. This is 26 minutes long. This is a really long video. What is my purpose here? I guess it's I want to come out of the shadows. I want to stop being ashamed. Because I know I can do this, and I know there are people that probably wouldn't want me to be their vet after this because, hey, it took me a long time to pass the licensing exam. And I don't even know what I'm going to do after this because I don't know if I could work for anybody. Oh my God, I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. And I think I'm sorry too much. Maybe this is enough for now, huh? It's 27 minutes and I appreciate you if you've gotten this far, if you listen to the whole thing. I really am thankful if you're watching and you got here to the end. And I hope that you'll stick with me. I really want to keep up this channel, and I want to revive my blog. I have a blog, yeah, and maybe I haven't written in it in like 10 years, but I enjoy writing. It's cathartic, kind of like this is. And maybe this could be something in addition to what I write on the blog. But for today, this intro video is really just about, hey. Just a creaker. I'm sorry to all the people I ghosted because I've just been in such a bad place for the past few years that I got off. I haven't been on Facebook. I don't answer messages. I'm not who I used to be, and I don't know. I think I'm better than I was. I think that, hey, Papa. I think that this is what I needed to do to move forward. Oh man, this is so terrifying. Oh, we're at 30 minutes now. Okay. I think it's time to stop. Thank you again. I'm sorry to my friends and family who are finding out this way that I didn't pass again. But yeah, and that I don't know how we're gonna. Yeah. Thank you for listening, watching. I think I'm supposed to say like and subscribe or something like that, but yeah. Thanks for watching.